Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirbhishesha Shunyavadi Paschattu Dasatari. Hare Krishna. So I would like to welcome all the creams of Shillong present here. Today we will have little fortune to hear about Lord Krishna. This was the topic. I saw the forwarded message from our, what is the name of Mataji? Urmila Kapur Mataji. She forwarded the message that topic should be Lord Krishna. So there are many types of spiritualists in India and throughout the world. Generally, there are many people who think that God is formless, Nirakar. Isn't it? You have heard. Many people think that God is formless. But our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, he was deadly against this. Because the word, please switch off your mobile or put it in silent mode or in aeroplane mode. So, Prabhupada used to argue that you are using the word less, L-E-S-S. How God can be less? God is more than more. You are making God less. When you say formless, beautyless, intelligence-less, powerless, you are making God lesser and lesser and lesser. But our God is not less, because He is infinity. Our God is not less. He is always more than more, more than more. He is never less. So how can you say God is formless? Formless means you are making a lesser God. God is never lesser. God is unlimited. So then what is the word, exact word, accurate word to describe God? The accurate word is Anantarupam, a Sanskrit word. Anantarupam. Anantarupam means He has unlimited forms. So those who are, those who believe in Nirakar means God has no form. So they are actually making an illogical conclusion that God is lesser, because they are making God less. You understand? So it is not logical. Logical conclusion is that God has unlimited forms. Even the form of this earth planet, it is actually God's energy. Our planet is not formless. The moon is not formless. The sun is not formless. So, God created so many forms. Our Prabhupada used to say that God has created so many forms, but the poor God has no form. This is exactly what Prabhupada said. God has created unlimited forms, like different planets, the sun, the moon, but that poor God has no form. Those who believe that God has no form, God is Nirakar, they conclude that God has no form. God has created so many forms. I have a form, you have a form. We are not Nirakar, I am not Nirakar, you are not Nirakar. And the earth planet and other planets, they are not Nirakar, the moon is not Nirakar. Then why God should be Nirakar? God has an akar, not only single akar, He has unlimited akar, and whatever akar we see, whatever form we see, everything actually is manifestation of either God's energy or God Himself. Just like God appeared as Lord Ramchandra. So that is God's one form. God appeared as Krishna. That is God's one form. Now you will say, how can you confine God within 6 feet height? Krishna, maybe 7 feet his height. So you may argue that how can you confine God? God is unlimited. How can you confine Him within 5 feet, 6 feet, height? The answer is that if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you will find that Krishna was playing flute. He was single Krishna, one Krishna. Then one Gopi. Gopi means his cowherd girls. They are all devotees of Lord Krishna. So one Gopi came, Krishna was one. Two Gopis came, Krishna became two. Three Gopis came, Krishna became 3. 4 gopis came, Krishna became 4. Unlimited gopis came, Krishna became unlimited. So we don't confine God within 6 feet, 7 feet. Apparently looks like Krishna is 7 feet. But we don't confine God within limitation. God can expand and expand. He can expand himself into unlimited forms. So that's why our conclusion that Krishna is God, people sometimes they argue that it is illogical. It is not illogical. Krishna has a form and he can expand his forms unlimitedly. This is the conclusion. And Krishna is God. Now you may say, why Krishna is God? The answer is given in different scriptures. God has a definition, as everything has got definition. Isn't it? God also, we can define God. Asharjasya, Shamagresya, Virjasya, Jasasya, Sriya, Gyano, Vairag, Gayaschaiva, Sannang Bhagaviti. God has 6 symptoms. 6 symptoms. Number 1, He is the owner of everything. He is the owner of earth, He is the owner of moon, He is the owner of the sun, He is owner of everything. He is owner of all planets, He is owner of all creation. He is the main owner. We are not owner. We are coming for sometimes, just like how long we will survive here. Maximum 100 years. Maximum 80 years, 50 years, isn't it? Not more than that. After that, we have to vacate. We have to leave this planet, isn't it? So we are not owner. Then who is the owner? Krishna is the owner. According to Shastra, God is the owner. So Krishna is God and Krishna is the owner. This is number 1 characteristic. There are 6 characteristics. Number 1 characteristics, God is the owner of everything. He is owner of my body. I am not owner of my body, isn't it? I got it from God as a gift. But I am not the owner, isn't it? If my hand is paralyzed, then I cannot work. So it is with the mercy of God that my hand is working, my eyes are working, isn't it? It is with the mercy of God. But actually, Krishna is the owner of everything. So even Muslim they say, Dunya Malik. Dunya Malik means he is the owner of whole creation. He is the owner of whole creation. So we also accept this. God is the owner of everything. This is symptom number 1. Ashadrisha Samagrisha Viryasya. God is most powerful. It is called omnipotent. Omnipotent means He is most powerful. He can turn night into day, day into night. He can do anything and everything. There is nothing impossible for God. So He is all powerful. Sarva Shaktiman. In Sanskrit they say Sarva Shakti Man. So this is the second symptom of God. Now third symptom, Asarjasya Samagrisya Vireshya. Samagri Vireshya means Sarva Shakti Man. Jasasya, He is most famous. You open any dictionary, you will find Krishna. Krishna, they say Hindu God, but Krishna never said I am a Hindu God. Krishna never declared in Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam that he is Hindu God. He is, above this communal, he is not a racist. He is above communal feeling, He is God for everyone. So, he is most famous. Not only in this planet, you go to other planet, heavenly planet, everybody knows Krishna. The heavenly, people, they know Krishna. You go to many other planets, they know Krishna. So he is most famous throughout the universe. You understand? So it is the third symptom. So Asharjasya, Samagresya, Birjasya, Jasasya, Sriya. God is most beautiful. And this is the point where many people do not agree. They say God is formless. But according to the definition, God is most beautiful. You may say how a black person can be beautiful. But he is not black as we experience. It is not the black we see. You understand? It is spiritual blackness. When Prabhupada went to Africa, there are many black people in Africa. They are called Negro, no? Very black. So thousands of Negroes came to listen to Prabhupada's speech. And Prabhupada was explaining that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is black. And all the African Negroes became very happy. because God is black. Oh, see, people hate us, the British people, they hate us because we are black. But this gentleman is telling that God is black. Then Prabhupada said, but not like you. You understand? First he said, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is black, but not like you. Because they thought Krishna is black like them. But Krishna is not black like the Negroes. His black is so beautiful. Now you may say, how is it possible? How a black person can be beautiful? That is the glory of Krishna. He can combine beauty in blackness. I cannot do it. In human society, if somebody is black, either boy or girl, it is difficult to get married, sometimes. But Krishna's blackness is not like that. He is black but most beautiful. Now, how this combination took place, that is up to Krishna. He knows how to combine. You see, even in food, sometimes, Kerala, bitter, what is that? Kerala. What is called in Shillong? Kerala. That bitter vegetable, it is bitter, but we get some taste. Isn't it? Similarly, chili is very pungent, but we get some taste. So Krishna can combine all contradictory qualities together. So Krishna is black, but he is most beautiful. This is called synthesis. Krishna can synthesize all contradictory qualifications, all contradictory things he can synthesize. And he himself is the proof that he is black, but not black like we see. He is especially spiritually black and most beautiful. So that is the Ashadyasya, Samagrasya, Birjasya, Jasasya, Sriya. Sriya means God is most beautiful. So beautiful that if you see him, you may also get fainted. You may become unconscious simply by seeing Krishna's beauty. Many people in past, it is written in different scriptures, that simply by seeing Krishna, many devotees, they fainted. They lost their consciousness. So you can imagine how beautiful is Krishna. And many people, so-called religionists, they sometimes deny. When they say God is formless, immediately they deny the most important, one of the most important qualities of Krishna, that he is most beautiful. If you don't experience beauty, how can you love God? Our purpose of human life is to love God. And if he doesn't have any beauty, if he is formless, then how can we love him? So, it is the, I think, fourth symptom, God is most beautiful. Then Jnana means he is most knowledgeable, omniscient, most knowledgeable. He knows everything. He knows your name, he knows my history, he knows your history, he knows everything. Understand? So, he is most knowledgeable. And Vairagya means he is most renounced. Although he has everything to enjoy, but he is not, we are fighting for enjoyment, But Krishna is not interested to enjoy this type of lower quality enjoyment. He enjoys, but he enjoys only love. He doesn't enjoy any other thing. He is called loving God, and he enjoys only love. There are many incidents where he proved that love is his food. You have heard the story of Vidur's wife. One day Krishna entered into Vidur's cottage, and Vidur's wife had nothing in her room. She had few bananas. So she was so enamored by seeing Krishna's beauty that she lost, practically speaking, her common sense. So she took some bananas and she removed the skin and she threw the fruit, the substance she threw, and she gave to Krishna the banana skin. You understand? And Krishna was eating that banana. I mean, that skin, what is called? Piles or something, some word is there. Banana peels or banana, that skin, banana skin. Krishna was eating. Then Vidur saw suddenly that Krishna is, his wife is not giving the banana, she is giving only the skin. Then Krishna is eating, tasting, happily. Then Vidura stopped. Hey, what are you doing? You are eating banana skin. Even sometimes cow doesn't eat. Krishna, he is interested only in love. I mean, banana is not his food. His food is love. So Vidur's wife gave Krishna banana skin. She unmindfully, because she was not keeping attention, she was not giving attention to the banana. She was giving attention to Krishna's beautiful face. So in this way she lost her common sense and she offered banana skin to Krishna. Krishna understood it is offered with love. So that's why Krishna reciprocated. You understand? So in this way, Krishna is known as most renounced. He is not attracted to any material enjoyment. He is attracted to love. You can purchase Krishna with love. You understand? So 6 symptoms is clear. Number 1 symptom, anybody can say? Number 1 symptom? No?
The universe.
First, number 1 is he is the owner of everything. He is the owner of everything. Number 2, he is all powerful. All powerful. Number 2. Number 3, Jashasha. Jashasha means he is most famous. You understand? Jashasha. Sriya means he is most beautiful. Most beautiful. Jashasha. Sriya. Gyana. He is most knowledgeable. He is omniscient. Most knowledgeable. He knows everything. And Vairagya. Vairagya means he is most renounced. He is Kailas for what we are fighting. Krishna is Kailas. Krishna is not interested to enjoy all these third class of things, He is interested to reciprocate love. That is his enjoyment. Understand? So this is the symptom, characteristics of God described in our Vedic literatures. There are many different types of religion, those who may not accept with our Sanatan concept. In Sanatan concept, God is a person. God is a person. And in our common experience also, just like this house, who built this house? Some person. Some person built this house. You are driving car. Who made this car? Some person. Pilot is flying aeroplane. Who made this aeroplane? Some person. Here you are listening, all are person. Isn't it? So God is also a person. But the difference is that he is not person like, ordinary person. He is like with all these 6 symptoms. God is all powerful, omnipotent, omniscient, and he has proved, Krishna has proved in Kurukshetra war, in different places, when Draupadi was tortured by Dushashan, trying to unrobe her. At that time, Draupadi remembered Krishna. Krishna came and from his hand, he was supplying clothes. You know that story. Every Indian knows this story. Now you may say it is only story, but if God is all powerful, why it should be story? In one side we say God is all powerful, another side we don't believe he is when he proves his omnipotency, that yes, I am all powerful. See, I can create cloth from my hand. And Dushasana was trying to, unrobe Draupadi, but Krishna provided unlimited cloths, proving that I am all powerful. You understand? So he is really all powerful, and by definition, God should be all powerful. If he is not all powerful, why should he accept him? Why should he surrender if he is not all powerful? So in one side we say God is all powerful, another side we say these are stories. This is not correct. If God is all powerful, he can do everything. He lifted Govardhan mountain, you know that story, with one little finger. He was, lifting it for 7 days, 7 nights. He was lifting on little finger, one big mountain which is still existing. Now those who are non-believer, they think these are all stories. But one side we may say that God is all powerful, then why should we not believe that he can lift a mountain? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Gama Vishwacha Bhutani Dharayami Ahamojasha. I am not only lifting this Govardhan mountain, I am lifting all the planets in the sky. They are moving in their orbit by my energy. Gama Vishwacha Bhutani Dharayami Ahamojasha. By my energy, all the planets are moving in their orbit. So for him, lifting Govardhan mountain is a small mountain. It is nothing for him. If he can lift planets, then why he cannot lift a small mountain? Isn't it? But people sometimes argue that it is stories. Nothing is story. God is God, and for him nothing is impossible. In Bhagavad Gita there is a chapter, 12th chapter. You know the title of the chapter? Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means devotion to God. Bhakti Yoga. Yoga means connection. You connect your soul with the Supreme Soul, Krishna. We are his servant, but when we hear the word servant, we have an inferior idea that servant means he is tortured by the master, isn't it? But when you become God's servant, then it becomes very sweet. Just like Hanuman became Ramchandra's servant. It is not that Ramchandra was torturing Hanuman. There is loving relationship. There are 5 types of loving relationship with God. Dasya, first is Shanta. Shanta means you become fan of God. Just like you become fan of some cinema artist, some cricket player. So you become fan of God. That is called Shanta, Shanta Ras, mellow. Dasya means you become servant of God. Just like Hanuman, he became servant of Lord Ramchandra. Shanta Dasya Shakha, you become friend of God. God is your best friend. We have so many friends, but they are not best friend. Who is best friend? God. Krishna is your best friend. Arjuna became friend of Krishna. Dasya, Shakha, Dasya. Dasya, Shakha, Vatsalya means parental love. Can you give example of parental love? Mother Jashoda, she tied up Krishna with a rope. You know, God can be tied up. How? If God is all powerful, how an ordinary lady can tie up? Because Krishna declared that my love is more powerful than me. My love is more powerful than me. That's why one lady named Jashoda, she could tie Krishna. Krishna is all powerful. Nobody can tie him up. Duryodhana also tried to tie him up, but Duryodhana failed. But Mother Jashoda is a lady, but she became successful to tie up Krishna because Mother Jashoda had so much love for Krishna. And love is more powerful than God. You can purchase God. You can control God with your love. You understand? So in this way, Shanta Dasya Shakha Vatsalya Madhurya. Madhurya means, sometimes people say, today also one Muslim boy wrote to me in my YouTube channel. He wrote that, how come your God marries? You are married, you are not God. You got married, you are not God. So how come Krishna married 16,100 wives? 16,108 wives. So I replied that our God is not, there is eunuch, eunuch, hijra, what is called here, hijra. Hijra means they don't have any productive power, They don't have any gender actually. So our God is not hijra. I told our God is not hijra. You told why he married 16,000. I say not 16,000. 16,000 is a very small number. God can marry unlimited and produce unlimited children because he is all powerful. But they think, they try to define God with their own conception. But God declares himself how he looks like, how he behaves, his pastimes, everything God declares in the Shastra. So in this we have to understand God with the definition given by God, with the narration given in the Shastra by God. It is not that with our sweet concoction I will define God. I have to understand God with God's light. You understand? Just like sun. How do you understand sun? With torchlight or with candlelight? How do you understand sun? With sunlight. So God should be understood with God's light. And what is God's light? Bhagavad Gita is God's light. Srimad Bhagavatam is God's light. All scriptures of the world. We honor even Bible. This is also coming from God, Just Jesus Christ, he is God's representative. Otherwise he cannot sacrifice his life. You understand? So in this, all the scriptures in the world is coming from God. So we have to understand God with God's light. Just like sun cannot be understood with torchlight or candlelight. Sun can be understood with sun's light. You can understand sun also and you can understand yourself also. When sunlight is there, I see you, you see me. Isn't it? So with sunlight you see the sun and you see yourself, you see myself. You understand? So with sunlight you can understand everything. Similarly, God can be understood with God's light. And God's light is Bhagavad Gita. We have to surrender. Krishna says, Sarva dharman paritijya mamekam sharanam braja. Just surrender unto me. Then you can understand. And surrendering means reading God's book. Not reading some book written by some atheistic person. We have to surrender to Krishna. We have to read his books like Bhagavad Gita, like Srimad Bhagavatam. And in Bhakti Yoga, Krishna says, Klesha adhiko tarastesham abbakta shakta chetasam abbakta hi gatir dukkham deha badbhir avappati. Those who are worshipping formless, nirakar, klesha adhiko tara, they suffer lot of troubles. Klesha means trouble. Adhikatara means more troubles. They suffer more troubles. Klesha adhikatarastesham abbakta shakta chetasam. Those who are attached to impersonal concept of God, they suffer a lot. Abbakta hi gatir dukkham. Their destination is dukkha, suffering. Those who are attached to nirakar, their destination is suffering. Abbakta hi gatir dukkham deha badbhir avappati. Those who have body, they should not try to understand God as impersonal, as formless. They should love God who has form, who has a name, who has address. Prabhupada used to say, we know God's address, we know God's telephone number, we know God's house address, everything. We know His father's name. Prabhupada used to say like this. That means we know detailed information about God. In other religions, they have some vague information. God is there, some power, some. But Krishna says, God is not power, He is the source of power. There are two words, energy and energetic. Energy and energetic. So God is energetic. And all this creation is energy. He is energy. But God Himself is energetic. He is the source of all energies. So in this way, this is the Sanatana concept of God, that God is a person, He has a name, not only one name, unlimited name. Krishna, Govinda, He has unlimited names. And He proved that He is God. In many pastimes, a pastime says Ramchandra, pastime says Krishna, pastime says Narasimhadev. If you listen all these pastimes, it will take more than months. You understand? But all the follower of Sanatana Dharma, you know Narasimhadev, how he appeared. Narasimhadev to kill Hiranyakashipu. Ramchandra, he appeared to kill Ravana. In this way, God is not inactive. God is all the time coming to this planet to meet His part and parcel. We are all part and parcel of God. And God is, Krishna is all the time coming. Shambhavami Juge Juge. I am coming every millennium after millennium to protect you, to guide you. And we should take advantage. In animal life, we cannot take advantage. But human life, we can take advantage. Anyway, either you are very comfortable or not, one day you have to quit this body, one day you have to quit your house, quit your bank balance, quit everything. But if you follow God, you will get promotion. You will get promotion. And the final promotion is that you will go back to Godhead, you will go back to Golok planet, where Krishna lives personally. That is the actual aim of human life. If you can achieve the kingdom of God. Otherwise, you have to take birth here again and again you have to die. There are 84 lakhs of birth here, 84 lakhs of species. You have to take birth again and again, suffer, sometimes as human, sometimes as animal, sometimes as rich man, sometimes as poor man. So this is a very risky life. This is a very risky life. But if you become a strict follower of God, then you are lucky. At least you will get promotion, and the highest promotion is that you can enter into the kingdom of God. So I prefer question answer more than discussion. I have given some gist about who is God and what is our duty in this human life. Now if you have any inquiries, any question, I can try to explain further. You can ask questions without any hesitation. Even challenging question, atheistic question, I don't mind. You understand? So you can ask any question, then we'll try to clarify. Our duty is to give clear understanding of God. If you have any doubt, any question, it is not that you will carry your doubt at home. You ask me, we will try to convince you that what is the duty of human life. It is a very rare gift of God. This human body it is the rarest gift of God. And it should be utilized to understand God. Now if you have any question, you are welcome. Please ask. No question means convinced. And convinced means you have to do some duty to God. We are generally chanting every day. We are chanting, those who are followers of ISKCON, we are chanting 16 rounds daily. It takes maximum 2 to 2.5 hours. Maximum 2.5 hours. If you chant slowly also, it will take maximum 2.5 hours. Chanting makes your consciousness very peaceful, very clear, free from all anxiety, disturbance, bad thoughts. When you chant, your bad thoughts will not enter. You understand? You become peaceful. This is one of the ways. Another way is reading Bhagavad Gita, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, discussing with the devotees, asking questions. This is another way. So in this way, when we are absorbed, we have to give some time. We have to manage some time. We have become so busy. For rubbish thing, we can spare a lot of hours, isn't it? For say you are watching some mobile game or this or that, so many things. Nowadays, people can give time in mobile, but they say we don't have time for God. God is supplying us oxygen, God is supplying us water, God is supplying everything, and we don't have time for Him. We have time for mobile, we have time for this, we have time for all nonsense. But for God, we don't have time. So that is very unlucky situation. We have to become free from this situation. Okay, you need earning, this, that, okay, everything is okay, but you must spare some time for God. Otherwise, your future is dark. This temporary allurement, you see, oh, nice house, nice income, it is temporary, extremely temporary. You have to die. And after death, our Prabhupada said, one of our prime ministers of India became a dog in Sweden. I don't know how he came to know this, but he was prime minister of India and he became dog in Sweden. So, future is very dark if you don't follow God. But if you follow God, even if you are a poor man, your future is bright. Now, if you have doubt, we are ready to answer your doubt, clarify your doubts. Please. You can ask in Hindi also. I am not good in Hindi, but I can understand Hindi and I can speak broken Hindi. You understand? My mother tongue is Bengali.
मुझे कुछ पूछना है। अच्छा, आप जो बोले सर मनुष्य का जो जन्म होता है 84 लाख होता है।
84 lakh is not Manushya. There are 80 lakhs animals. I will explain. Okay, you finish the question.
हम लोग स्वामी भगवान को बोलते हैं पुनर्जन्म में विश्वास करते हैं कि माता पिता का जो चेहरा होता है पुत्र के ऊपर निश्चित वो भावुक होता है कि उसका बेटा होगा, ये जो जन्म से प्राप्त होता है कि उनका बेटा होगा, सामंजस्य लाभ करता है बेटा होगा। ये क्या हमारी पिछले जन्म के कर्मों का फल है? ये आगे जाकर कैसा होगा?
कर्म का फल. Which family you will take birth, that depends on your previous karma in previous life. Suppose you did some good work, you will take birth in good family, cultured family, rich family. Suchinang simatang dehe yugavrashta vijayate. Those who tried for spiritual life but could not complete the course, next life they will take birth. Shuchinam means very pure family. Shuchi means pure. Srimatang, very rich. They will take birth. By birth they are rich. Father is rich, son is rich. You understand? So that requires some previous piety, previous good karma, which gives you chance to take birth in cultured family, rich family. That requires previous good karma. Understand?
मनुष्य का जो जन्म होता है वो 5 तत्वों से बना होता है मनुष्य का शरीर।
बोलिए।
जल, वायु, आकाश, अग्नि और पृथ्वी। जल और वायु को मैं समझ सकता हूँ। आकाश, अग्नि और पृथ्वी हमारा शरीर पे क्या प्रावधान देती है?
Okay, very nice question. Jal, we have water in our body, isn't it? We have water. Khiti means solid. We have solid in our body. Solid things are there. Khiti means solid. Do we have solid things in our body or not? Solid things are there. Khiti. Op means liquid. Water is there. Blood, liquid. And then Khiti op. Tej means radiant. Radiant. You put thermometer. What you find in a thermometer? some temperature. What is this temperature? This is fire. Isn't it? Who can deny? This thermometer temperature is fire. If it is less, you will die. If it is more, you will die. If it is more than 105, fever, you will die. And if it is less than, I think, 97 or 90, you will die. So the temperature is fire. You understand? So you understand? Tej means fire. Murad means gas. Who doesn't have gas? Everybody nowadays, due to food pollution, everybody is producing a lot of gas. You understand? Then gas, then what else? Akash. Akash is ether. It is accepted by scientists. Ether. What you call ether is actually Akash. It is Sanskrit word, but in English it is translated as ether, through which you can hear sound, through which radio transmission and television transmission is taking place. That is accepted in science, ether. So ether is called in Sanskrit Akash. Is it clear? Okay. So you can ask any question. I am ready to, as far as I know. My knowledge is also limited, but whatever we have studied, we can share.
I have a question.
Okay.
When we really going through a bad phase, particularly that period of time, like the more bad things happens, you're not getting your success. So at that time, you don't believe in God. You start, no, God is not there.
But this is due to lack of understanding. Why bad times come to us? Due to our own karma. It is like punishment given by God. So if we do something wrong, suppose you kill a child in the womb. Nowadays it is very common. Abortion, abortion. They go to doctor. My dear doctor, I don't like to get any child. Please spoil it. So doctor can kill. You understand? Next life, he will be in another womb and his parents will kill him. You understand? This is called karma, law of karma. Whatever work we are doing, every action has got its equal and opposite reaction. So whatever karma we are doing, if I am cheating you this life, next life you may get chance to cheat me. You understand? So bad time means you did something bad karma in your previous life. There is a story of Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra was asking Krishna that why I became blind and why I lost my 100 sons. Why? I did not do any sinful activity so much. Then Krishna asked Dhritarashtra, do you remember your previous lives? Yes, I remember my 100 lives. Dhritarashtra was able to remember his 100 lives. But do you remember before that? So Dhritarashtra said, no, I can remember up to 100 lifetimes. Then Krishna said, before 100 lifetimes, you are a hunter. And one day you killed 100 birds and you made a garland through their eyes. You put needle through the eyes of those birds. So those 100 birds became your 100 sons. And because you pierced needle through their eyes, that's why you became blind. Then Dhritarashtra accepted, yes, maybe I did something wrong in my previous life, before 100 births. So we are carrying the reaction of our millions of lifetimes. It is not only 100 births, it may be 1,000 births. We are carrying the reaction. Just like to commit a murder, it takes 1 second or 1 minute, isn't it? But you go to prison, you stay there for whole life, isn't it? So you are committing murder for 1 minute, killing a person. 1 minute it takes with a pistol, 1 minute. But in jail, they never say, okay, you did 1 minute mistake, okay, you stay in jail for 1 minute. Do they say? They say you have to stay whole life or you have to be hanged. You understand? So we do so many sinful activities. For punishment, maybe for sinful activities we take 50 years. But for punishment, it may take 50,000 years. You understand? So in this way, we are carrying the reaction of our good work and bad work. And that's why sometimes we face bad times. Is it clear, Prabhu?
Yes, but why we always, when it's a bad time, we stop believing on God?
Yeah, Prabhupada gave an example. At the time of Second World War, all the ladies in German, because the young men in German, they went to fight, on behalf of Hitler. they went to fight. And the German ladies went to the churches, and they are praying to Jesus Christ, my dear Jesus Christ, please protect my husband so that he can come back from the battlefield without being harmed. You understand? And after the battle, all husbands died. You understand? In the battlefield, all husbands died. So after some time, there was a survey made by government, survey in German. All the ladies became atheist. So then, the surveyor used to ask, why are you atheist? Because we prayed to God so that our husband can come back from the battlefield. But all of them died. So God did not listen to our prayer. That's why you have become atheist. Prabhupada said, actually, they died because of their karma. Prabhupada used to say in Bengali that God is not Bhagavan amader Bap Thakurdar Golam noy. Anyone understand Bengali here? Bhagavan amader Bap Thakurdar Golam noy. I'll order God, do this, do that. God is not my servant. You did bad work and you are suffering the reaction. And if you say God is not there, this is more punishment. When you say God is not there, sometimes the criminals, when they are arrested and put in front of in the ajlas, in front of the High Court judge or Supreme Court judge, sometimes I heard that in America one man committed 100 murders. And when he was arrested, he said, I never did anything wrong. I am perfect in my decision. My decision was correct to kill all these 100%. Like this, he was supporting himself. But anyway, the High Court judge, gave him some, sentence like death, death sentence or something like this. So, whom should we believe? Should we believe the High Court judge or should we believe the murderer? Generally, people accept High Court judge or Supreme Court judge as authority. Similarly, God is authority. He can punish you for your karma. If you don't believe, that is your more suffering. You will face more suffering. By denying God, by not respecting God, you will get more suffering in future. So you are making your future more dark. It is better to surrender to God. My dear God, I have committed so many mistakes in my past life. You have given me small punishment. I need more punishment. You have minimized my punishment. That is the mood of devotee. You understand? That you have minimized my punishment. One day Prabhupada cut his finger. And one Western devotee asked, Prabhupada, you are a good devotee. How come you cut your finger? Prabhupada said, I did so many criminal activities in my previous lives. God was supposed to cut my throat today. But God is so kind, so merciful that He minimized that punishment. He was supposed to cut my throat, but He just cut my finger. He minimized the punishment. So this is the mode of devotee. That I did so many mistakes, so many criminal activities, thousands of lifetimes, and God is giving little punishment. So we should honor that punishment, not that challenge God. And if I challenge God, I become loser. Understand?
Prabhu, as you said that it depends upon karma, how people are facing if somebody has done something wrong in the past, in his past life. So he'll be suffering in this life. Okay, but why do somebody say that heaven and hell is in this particular life?
That is a wrong statement. Those who claim that heaven and hell is here on this planet in this lifetime.
They say if you are doing something wrong, that is the reason you are facing it.
Okay, but it is not given. This conclusion is not given by Krishna. According to Krishna, one lifetime is not enough for your punishment or reward, or even for reward. One lifetime is not enough. You may do something good work, for which you may be rewarded for many lifetimes. You understand? You may do something bad work, for which you may be punished for many lifetimes. You understand? So, people say so many things, but we have to accept Krishna's authority. What Krishna says is the final voice. So, according to Krishna, we get punishment not only for our criminal activities, we get punishment not only in one lifetime, but many lifetimes. You understand? Okay. Hare Krishna. So you are asking nice questions. If you have any more questions, otherwise we have to conclude. Do you have any more, Niraj Babu? By your mercy, we are here today. Do you have any question? None of you have any question? From Mataji's side, I did not receive any question. Please. You have more questions. Your face shows that you have more questions. Tell.
मुझे वो भी एक पूछना है
Hmm.
मनुष्य का जो शरीर है
Hmm.
जिसे मैं अनुभव करता हूँ, मेरा नाम पृथ्वी है,
Hmm.
तो मैं कहाँ हूँ? ना तो ये शार्ट में मैं हूँ, ना ये शरीर में मैं हूँ।
Yeah.
तो मैं तो एक
Within heart.
अनुभव कर सकता हूँ।
You are a soul. You are not body. Body is our heart. Yeah, within body, within heart. Within heart. You see, there is always palpitation in the heart.
तो मेरा इस जीवन में क्या कर्तव्य होना चाहिए? इस शरीर में रहते हुए मैं क्या करना चाहता हूँ?
Obey God. Obey God. You do your duty, you do your business, but obeying God. Don't disobey God. If you obey God and do your duty, God is happy with you. And God will give you promotion, God will reward you. You understand? You do your work, but under the guidance of God. So if you follow Krishna's guideline, then under all circumstances, even if you are a businessman, Nanda Maharaj was a businessman, he had 90 lakhs cows. He was collecting milk, he was selling milk. You understand? He was a milk producer, Nanda Maharaj. So he was a businessman, but he pleased God, he pleased Krishna by serving. You understand? So if you please Krishna, then under all circumstances, you may be a army man like Arjun, you may be a businessman like Nanda Maharaj. You understand? Under all circumstances, if you obey God, if you please God, then your life is successful. Is it clear? Any other question? Our Prabhupada used to say, to accept God you have every reason, but to deny God you have zero reason. You understand? But it is due to our pollution that sometimes we challenge God, sometimes we deny God. But when you deny God, you become loser. God doesn't become loser. You understand? So if you have further question, I can answer. Otherwise, we will conclude and maybe where is our Prabhuji, Karunapati Prabhuji? বাংলায় বলতে পারেন, আমি বাঙালি, বাংলা প্রশ্ন করতে পারেন, যে কোনো প্রশ্ন, সন্দেহ থাকলে করে ফেলবেন। So Prabhuji, they have asked few questions, very beautiful questions. I think I should stop here. Then what is the next?
Now we'll just 2-3 minutes, 2 minutes just chanting and prasad.
Okay, 2 minutes chanting and prasadam. Prasadam means mercy of God. The prasadam we are taking is not made by Einstein or Newton. It is gift of God. Okay, thank you very much. So Prabhuji will do little kirtan, 2 minutes kirtan.
I would suggest if you have any doubts and queries, YouTube channel.
Yeah, I have my channel. My maximum lectures are in Bengali, but few lectures are in English. Also 1 or 2 in Hindi. My Hindi is very rubbish. But anyway, you try to subscribe my channel. My channel's name is Premanjan Das. Preman, Premanjan, Jan, Premanjan. Das, DS, Das. You subscribe, then click on bell icon and click on all. Then you'll get all my videos in YouTube. Even today's lecture will go to YouTube. Hare Krishna. I am very happy to meet all of you. Very nice. I like to thank especially Niraj Kapoor and his mother, Urmila Kapoor, Mataji. They are very pious people. So with their help, you try to like this. You can meet time to time. It is a cultivation of knowledge, cultivation of culture. So it is very good, utilization of time. Thank you. So I like to stop here. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, शिला प्रभुपाद की, समवेत वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी।